Coffee is one of the most widely consumed beverages in the world, yet for decades it carried a stigma in health circles. Once blamed for a host of potential health issues, including high blood pressure, heart palpitations, digestive problems, and even an increased risk of chronic disease, coffee was often lumped into the category of bad habits, alongside smoking and alcohol. Many doctors advised patients to cut back or eliminate it altogether, especially if they were experiencing anxiety, hypertension, or irregular heart rhythms. But over time, as large-scale population studies and more sophisticated research methods emerged, the picture of coffee began to shift. Far from being a health risk, coffee is now understood to be not only safe for most people, but also potentially protective, even beneficial, when consumed in moderation. Modern research has identified a surprising array of health benefits associated with regular coffee consumption, primarily due to the high levels of bioactive compounds it contains. While caffeine is the most well-known ingredient, coffee also contains hundreds of biologically active substances, including polyphenol, chlorogenic acids, diterpenes, and melanoidins. These compounds possess antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and even antifibrotic properties that interact with various systems in the body. Importantly, it's not just the caffeine doing the work. In fact, many of coffee's health benefits remain even when decaffeinated, suggesting a broader nutritional profile than once assumed. One of the most robust areas of research relates to coffee's impact on neurological health. Multiple large, prospective cohort studies have shown that regular coffee drinkers have a significantly lower risk of developing Parkinson's disease. The protective effect appears to be dose-dependent and linked, at least in part, to caffeine's ability to modulate dopamine activity in the brain, a key mechanism in the development of Parkinson's. Furthermore, coffee has also been associated with a reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of cognitive decline, particularly in aging populations. These findings have helped shift the narrative around coffee from a potential brain stressor to a neuroprotective agent. Coffee has also emerged as a surprising ally in the fight against type 2 diabetes. Numerous studies across various populations have found that those who consume coffee regularly have a significantly lower risk of developing diabetes compared to those who do not. This association holds true for both caffeinated and decaffeinated coffee, suggesting that it's not merely the stimulant effect of caffeine, but also the other bioactive compounds that help improve insulin sensitivity, reduce systemic inflammation, and support glucose metabolism. In fact, one widely cited meta-analysis found that every additional cup of coffee per day was associated with a 6 to 7% lower risk of type 2 diabetes. For a beverage once considered a potential metabolic irritant, this represents a dramatic reversal in scientific consensus. Beyond the brain and blood sugar, coffee consumption is linked with lower risks of several liver conditions, including non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, liver fibrosis, and even liver cancer. Coffee seems to protect liver cells from damage and slow down disease progression in people with chronic liver conditions. It also appears to support healthy gut function by encouraging the growth of beneficial bacteria, reducing markers of intestinal inflammation, and potentially modulating appetite regulation in ways that contribute to better weight control. What's more, regular coffee drinkers also seem to live longer. Large observational studies conducted in both Europe and the United States have shown an association between coffee consumption and reduced all-cause mortality. This means people who drink coffee are less likely to die from various causes, including heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and some cancers, compared to non-drinkers. While this does not prove that coffee itself causes these benefits, it does suggest that it can be safely included in a healthy lifestyle and may even enhance it. Of course, moderation is key. Excessive caffeine intake can lead to anxiety, insomnia, elevated heart rate, and digestive discomfort in sensitive individuals. Pregnant women are often advised to limit coffee consumption due to concerns about fetal development, and certain brewing methods, such as unfiltered coffee, like French press or Turkish coffee, can raise LDL cholesterol levels due to the presence of cafestol and caweol. But these concerns are manageable with informed choices. Filtered coffee, such as drip or pour over, moderate daily intake, typically defined as 3 to 5 cups per day, and listening to one's own body response can allow most people to reap the benefits without drawbacks. The story of coffee's rehabilitation is a powerful reminder of how nutritional science evolves. What was once dismissed as a guilty pleasure or outright harmful is now embraced as a potentially protective part of a daily routine. It also speaks to a deeper cultural realization that food and drink are complex, And their effects on health depend not just on isolated components, but on how they interact with our physiology, habits, and lifestyles. Far from being a risky indulgence, coffee has become a symbol of scientific humility and a testament to the fact that sometimes our long-held dietary fears need a second look. So the next time you pour yourself a cup, you can do so with a little more confidence. Not only are you enjoying one of life's simple pleasures, but you might also be doing your brain, your blood sugar, and your body a quiet favor.